Imagine living in a place surrounded by red rock cliffs, pine forests, or endless open plains. Far from the noise of traffic, skyscrapers, or shopping malls. Just you, nature, and time moving slowly. Sure, Colorado is known for its glamorous ski resorts and popular cities like Denver or Boulder. But if you follow the old paths, cross icy rivers, and turn onto quieter roads, you'll discover another world. Small towns standing still in time, surviving the rush of change. These are the 10 most remote towns in Colorado. More than just dots on the map, these are places that move to their own rhythm. Ready to explore? Nestled in San Juan County, in the southwestern corner of Colorado, Silverton is tucked deep among towering mountains. It's only accessible via the Million Dollar Highway, a winding, cliff-hugging road that offers heart-pounding views and no guardrails. With a population of just over 700 people, Silverton is a former silver mining town that still preserves its historic Wild West architecture. One of Silverton's most iconic features is the Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad, a steam-powered train that brings visitors through the mountains. But when tourist season ends, the town grows quiet. Life here is tough but honest, with thin air, long winters, and a tight-knit community that depends on each other for everything. Also in southwest Colorado, in a quiet and isolated valley, sits a small town with a name that raises eyebrows: Paradox. The name was given by early explorers who were baffled by the valley's river, which flowed in a direction that defied geological norms. A true geographic paradox. In the mid-20th century, Paradox was a hub for the uranium industry when the US government needed materials for nuclear weapons. But that legacy left behind a scar, from contaminated soil to illness, and a land in need of healing. Today, only a handful of residents remain, living quietly off the land, farming and adjusting to life miles away from everything. Surrounded by red cliffs and high desert, the Paradox Valley feels alien, almost spiritual. It's not an easy place to live, but maybe that's the point. It protects its stillness and mystery. Next up is Creede, a town that not even many Coloradans have heard of. Surrounded by towering volcanic cliffs and tucked at the end of the highway, Creede is the only town in Mineral County, making it part of one of the least populated counties in the entire state. Once a silver mining boomtown, Creede's history is full of drama, from cowboys and gamblers to runaway writers. When the mines closed, the town nearly died. But what remained wasn't ruins. It was a resilient community, reborn through art, theater, and the power of natural beauty. In summer, this town, less than 1 square mile wide, transforms into an open-air stage, with festivals and performances lighting up the streets. But when the snow falls, Creede returns to its majestic quiet. Not far from Creede, you'll find Lake City, another remote gem in Colorado. Like Creede, it's the only incorporated town in its county. But here, it's Hinsdale County, the least densely populated county in all of Colorado. Set along the shores of Lake San Cristobal and surrounded by 4 mountain peaks over 14,000 feet, Lake City was once a mining hub. Now, it's a haven for those seeking hiking, fishing, or just the sound of pure silence. Its main street is lined with well-preserved 19th century wooden buildings, a reminder of its rich past. Only about 400 people live here year-round. Many homes sit empty in winter. But for those who stay, Lake City is home, a place where time moves slowly and nature speaks louder than people. Now heading northwest, Close to the Utah border, you'll find the small town of Dinosaur. Population, around 300 people. And no, the name isn't a gimmick. Dinosaur sits right next to the Dinosaur National Monument, where massive fossils have been discovered in cliffs that are millions of years old. And the theme doesn't stop there. In town, streets are named after dinosaurs, like Tyrannosaurus and Ceratosaurus. Dinosaur is quiet in winter, surrounded by red rock landscapes and dramatic desert views. Its small economy depends on tourism and energy exploration, but day-to-day life here is simple and self-reliant. From a town with a unique name, we now head to the Crystal River Valley, where we find Marble, a small town with a big legacy. Most people don't know it, but this is where America's finest white marble was discovered. If you've ever visited the Lincoln Memorial or the Colorado State Capitol, the marble came from here. With a population of just around 140 people, Marble is not easy to reach, especially when snow blankets the roads. But for those who make the journey, the reward is lush green valleys, clear mountain rivers, and the ruins of old marble mills, now part of the town's rugged charm. Living here feels like a blend of hard work, stone carving, and a deep respect for untouched beauty. Next, have you heard of Rico? Located in Dolores County, Rico is a small town of about 250 residents, nestled in a narrow valley along the Dolores River, surrounded by the peaks of the San Juan Mountains. Like other towns on this list, getting to Rico is no easy feat, especially when snow closes the narrow passes from Telluride. Once a booming gold and silver mining town in the late 1800s, today Rico is home to weathered wooden buildings, old hotels, and Victorian-era post offices that whisper stories from another time. Though remote, Rico draws those seeking solitude and dramatic alpine scenery. Its residents include artists, retirees, and adventurers who care little for modern luxuries. There are no big supermarkets, but there is a tight-knit community, always ready to help and keep the fire burning through the long winters. Last but not least, Westcliffe, known as Colorado's dark sky town. Alongside its neighbor Silver Cliff, it's the only internationally certified dark sky community in the state. What does that mean? It means the night skies are so clear, you can see the Milky Way with the naked eye. Nestled at the base of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains, Westcliffe sits between towering peaks and the rolling grasslands of the wet mountain valley. With a population of around 600, most people here live simply, farming, ranching, or running small local businesses. But it's not just the skies that shine. Westcliffe is home to a vibrant arts community with a small theater, a film festival, and locally run galleries. Every summer, visitors flock here for outdoor adventures, from camping and fishing to just finding peace under a sky full of stars. If you've ever dreamed of sleeping beneath millions of stars and waking up in the arms of the mountains, Westcliffe is waiting. Just as breathtaking as Westcliffe, Ophir sits tucked into a narrow alpine valley at nearly 10,000 feet above sea level. This tiny community in San Miguel County is just 12 miles from Telluride. But don't be fooled by the distance. The road to Ophir is often unplowed, unpaved, and snow-covered for much of the year. With a population of around 200, Ophir is made up of people who've chosen to live off the radar. There are no big stores, just one main road, a scattering of log cabins, and epic views. Surrounded by jagged mountains, pine forests, and a crystal-clear stream, it's a town that feels carved into nature itself. Residents here live as a self-reliant community, sharing alternative energy, gardening, and even building their own homes. It's not for everyone, but for those who love rugged living, deep snow, and a life close to nature, Ophir is a hidden paradise. And finally, we arrive at Pitkin, a town buried deep within the Gunnison National Forest. Founded in 1879 as a gold mining camp, Pitkin is the oldest town in the Central Rockies. Today, only about 100 full-time residents remain. Even getting here is an adventure. The narrow, winding road cuts through thick groves of evergreens, leading to a tiny town with weathered log cabins and a pace of life you won't find anywhere else. In winter, heavy snow can isolate the town completely, and only the hardiest locals stick around. But in summer, Pitkin transforms into a refuge for off-roaders, hikers, and solitude seekers. There's no strong cell signal, no big networks, and that's exactly the point. Here, you learn that existence isn't about noise or numbers. It's about how deeply you live with the world around you. In the end, Colorado isn't just about the headlines and hotspots. Beyond the mountains and deserts, there are towns that still move at their own pace, quiet, resilient, and deeply rooted in place. These are towns where people choose to live slower, truer, and closer to the land. Because sometimes, far from the crowds, we discover what home truly means. So now the question is, which remote town would you choose to visit?